LTA Nation, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It, the podcast where we explore the intricacies of relationships and help you navigate the journey of love. I'm your host, Mr. Bright, and today we'll be diving into self-growth for both men and women. This is part one. This is the first part. It's part one of a two-part podcast. And I'm going to be focusing on the guys, and I'm going to go hard on the guys. And I'm going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. I'm going to tell you things that people don't tell you. I'm going to tell you things that you probably know, but you ignore, but you need to hear it. And you can listen to this as many times as you need. You listen to this in the morning, and you understand that these are things that you have to do. Do not be on idle anymore, because the self being healthy is half of the relationship. Okay? And this is very, very, very important. So, grab a drink and let's talk about it. Okay, self-growth. For those who've been enjoying the podcast, following from the beginning, listening to other episodes, thank you. For those who've been supporting, just by listening, you're supporting, of course. But for those who've been supporting further than that, thank you very much. All my people on the Patreon tiers, everybody leaving likes and making comments and, just get the algorithm going. Thank you very, very much. Everybody sharing as well. Thank you a million. So, self-growth today. And today is going to be just for the guys, and then I'll do part two for the ladies. So this is where we at the moment. Society has changed to a point where men feel inadequate. There's so many distractions, so much easy access to addictions. So much depression out there. Starting with family members. Remember, I did an episode about obviously toxic people and toxic environment, people around you, and I always obviously touch into this. The people closest to you are the people that will hurt you, or people that have the most power over you. So their words, they mean a lot, and us as people, we don't understand that. And even I have made that mistake in the past of not understanding that when somebody cares about you and you say certain things, it sticks to you. It stays in your mind, and it hinders you depending on what the person said. So if a mother, a father, a brother, a cousin, somebody that you live with, obviously a partner as well, if they say negative things about you or about you to other people, that will hinder you, that will hinder your psyche, that will hinder your energy, that will hinder your soul, that will hinder your success. That will definitely be a setback. So one of the most important things that you have to do as a person, as an individual, as a human being, whenever you can, get away from people that makes you feel less than what you would feel if you were alone. People that make you feel misplaced, people that make you feel inadequate, people that make you feel uncomfortable with yourself. Okay? AKA toxic people. Now, toxicity, I see toxicity in two ways. You can either have a toxic behavior, which doesn't mean that you're toxic, or you can literally be a toxic person and all you have is toxic behavior. And this is very important to know, to distinguish the difference. Now, toxicity is not a matter of opinion. It's not a perception. It's a fact. We all know what are toxic behaviors. We all know that, right? So it's not a matter of opinion. It's a fact. People have toxic behavior. We all know what these toxic behaviors are. I covered them in my previous in I think at least 2 or 3 previous episodes. So we all recognize toxic behavior: controlling, trying, manipulative, trying to tell you what to do, try to condition the way you think, try to make you feel down. Listen, misery loves company. You will never see somebody that is fully happy going on vacation and calling somebody to join them. But people that are about to do bad things or stupid things or feel in a bad way, they always reach out to you. Why? Because they know that you have the power to make them feel better, or they jealous of where you at that particular point, and they don't like that. They want to make you feel as miserable as they do. So you need to be mindful of that. Be mindful of the people that are around you, people that want your attention. Guys, just because somebody wants your attention, it doesn't mean that they admire you. It doesn't mean that they like you, or that they like you, period. It could be that they're just jealous of you. It could be that they're trying to be around you so they feel important. It could be that they're jealous of what you've got, what you've achieved, or even you as a person, as an individual, maybe even your looks, how beautiful you look. And by hanging out with you, they're hoping to either hinder your success, right? So to make them look better, or to make them literally feel better by hanging out with you, to feel how being great is like. And we all had that. High school, college, uni, you all, even like in your neighborhood, people that your cousins, family members, you always find those people that hang out with you and you think, oh yeah, this is my friend, or this is, somebody very close to me, but they have ulterior motives, right? And nobody is more toxic or has more power to be toxic than a family member that you live with and a partner. That's why it's very important to choose your surroundings. Self-growth, okay? And I'm going to go into this, right? And I'm going to go hard on the guys. And I think that this an episode that I spoke about improvement, so not self-growth, but it was a very similar kind of episode, but I was specific about certain things, but I did not go in depth because I kind of covered like a lot because it was a different episode. But today I want to go on self-growth. If you are lost, if you feel depressed, if you feel like there's nowhere for you to go, if you feel like this is the end, this is the right podcast for you. We don't just talk about things, right? I don't just make you feel better with my words, but we actually put in work, background work. So we connect people, okay? Networking, right? As long as you're, in the Western world, it's fine. It would be difficult, but not impossible to help, listeners that are like, for example, in India or Pakistan or, certain places in Africa, or some places in, some places really hard to reach, and we might not have the access to provide you with the links, with the networking. We'll try, but you have to send us an email and to tell us what is your problem. If we can't help you, we're still gonna reach out. We're still gonna have a conversation with you. We'll figure it out. But if you are in any country of the West or any Western civilization, the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, so Western civilization, not West as in geographically, any place in Europe, we can definitely network, okay? You just need to send us an email and reach out. We got several tiers on Patreon, and one of the tiers will allow you to have a direct one-to-one conversation with me via Discord, and we can figure it out, right? And even if you don't, just send us an email. We will try to help you as much as possible. Self-growth, okay? Self-growth starts with an assessment. You have to do an assessment of yourself. Who are you? How do you feel? What do you want? How did you get to where you are at that particular moment? And where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Who you want to be? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. Who are you as an individual? What do people, the closest people around you, say about you? Do you agree with them? Would you be able to acknowledge that maybe, you might have certain types of behavior that will hinder or have been hindering your success? You need to be hard on yourself. You need to be able to just, criticize you worse than the devil. You need to be able to see, right, okay, so this is it. This is who I am. I'm not a very nice person. I have mood swings. I don't have the best environment around me. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a hater. I procrastinate. I'm lazy. I really don't feel like I want to do much, but I do have a lot of ambition and I wish things were better. There you go. This is the you got the infrastructure to start. You have to acknowledge where you at so you can start climbing the ladder, right? If you don't acknowledge where you at, there's nowhere for you to go. So it's very important to acknowledge who you are, what do you want, how did you get to that particular point that you are at that particular time. Stop focusing on what other people say about you in a sense of like where they think you should be. That's not important. This is your life. Where they think you did wrong, where they think that you made a mistake. Oh, if you were just doing this, you would have been this. It's none of their business, not their life. But you have to consider, if multiple people say the same thing consistently, there's a possibility that it might be true. If multiple people say that, the perspective that they have is that you're lazy, maybe you might not be that proactive. You have to consider. Don't worry about being wrong. I don't understand why people have so much problems being wrong or admitting that they're wrong. It's that ego bullshit, right? If you're not wrong, how can you get better? Some people become great by failing on purpose. They fail. They make mistakes, maybe not making mistakes on purpose, but they fail on purpose. Because it's the easiest, is the quickest way to learn is to make a mistake. It's also the hardest way, sometimes, right? So you have to make a self-assessment. And guys, the conversations that we have is for anyone really that wants to take on board. But if you're 19 and you're depressed, okay, fair enough. We'll definitely offer you some links, people that you can talk to, that's fine. But I'm aiming for, chances are if you're 19, you're still living with your parents, you're probably wasting money on stuff that you really don't have any, on average, of course, not everyone, but you really don't have anything to worry about apart from school and things of that nature. When I have these conversations about self-growth, if it's everyone, you want to take it on board, take it on board. I'm talking about grown folk. I'm talking about 23, 24, 25 onwards. People that have bills to pay. People that maybe still live with their parents, but they have a toxic relationship with their family. Maybe their parents are overbearing. Maybe they are lazy. Right? This is the point. This is where I want to be. This is why this channel is here. We focus on family, we focus on relationships, but in order to do that, we have to focus on self-growth. You listening to me right now, you, the individual, you. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What about that project that you said you was going to start? What happened to that? Do you think I also don't have any doubts? I have doubts till this day. And I'm on here talking to you because I wish I had somebody to talk to me. I said, listen, I'm going to be the voice of reason, the voice that I wish I had. But I made some mistakes along the way, and I had to kick myself, and I've been kicked by other people, and I have been kicked by life, which hurts more than anyone else. And you have to get up, dust yourself, and keep going. So what if your mom says that you're a bum? So what if your friends think that you're a burden? So what if, somebody broke up with you because they felt like you were not going anywhere? This is the fuel that you need to go somewhere. Because when you make it, right, all these people that were talking bad things about you, they're gonna, try to reach out. That's your revenge. Your revenge is to make it. And it's not even a revenge. You owe it to yourself, bro. You owe it to yourself to be better. What happened to that project that you wanted to do? What happened to that? You wanted to go, like, climb a mountain, skydiving. You wanted to go to an exotic place, spend 10 days in there, not worry about nothing, not even touch your phone. Right? What happened to that? You wanted to start a small business, get a trailer, make amazing hot dogs. You wanted to be a sportsman, right? Of course, there are certain things that you have a limit because of, unfortunately, growing old and, opportunities. I understand that. But without things that, like, for example, I don't like to dismiss anything. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. And you can achieve anything you want, right? But I'm talking about things that, like, starting a business, getting the job that you want, graduate a certain, learn a certain skill or craft, master that skill or craft, being artistic. There's no age to be artistic. If you're 50 years old and you're a good singer, write something, write several things, sing. Don't worry about it. If it's good, people are going to listen to it. Why are you worried about what other people are thinking and this and that? It's your life at the end of the day. Every time people doubt you, consider that a challenge. Okay? That's the universe testing you. Are you going to be a quitter, or are you going to overcome that obstacle? Self-growth is very important. And self-growth is directly connected with a lot of psychological issues that people have. The main psychological issue that we all suffer at a certain point, or most of us, is depression. And chronic depression is the worst because it doesn't go away. Then you have other types of depressions that are literally connected with, it's biological. So it's not just a mind thing. Some people have, I can't remember the name. Is their chemistry, they're chemically unbalanced. I think they have to take some pills and things like that. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about you and I, right? That we've been through things, that we've been around people that always doubt us. I'm talking about the average regular guy, because those people also have the same things, plus they're actually physically ill. I'm talking about, like, just the mind. Start by setting small goals, guys. Actually, erase that. Let's talk about how can you do a proper self-assessment. Okay? Start by asking yourself the hardest questions. Who am I? You start by doing that. Ask yourself, who are you? Who are you? That's it. Who are you? Choose who you want to be and be that person 100% of the time. That's going to be your biggest challenge because people will test you. If you choose to be a pacifist, people will get on your nerves. If you choose to be proactive, people will try to get you to be late or to quit things, not to do things. If you choose to be consistent, you'll have a lot of setbacks, especially when it comes to timing. Every single goal you set to yourself, you will have setbacks. That's what life is all about, right? You can't just like you think like things are gonna just come easy, like you're sitting down. So what's the point? You might as well not be alive. Whatever you're going through right now, look at it as a challenge. Maybe you don't feel so good, right? And you keep making excuses. A lot of people that I talk to, they like to make excuses and blame other people for their problems. Let me tell you something. If you have a relationship with a woman and you see the red flags, and by the way, if you go back to one of my first channels or my first videos, I made a video on how to assess your partner before getting into a relationship. So that should have been covered already. But let's say that this girl is unbelievably hot and you are smitten and you just ignore all the red flags and you get into a relationship and then she hurts you. It's your fault. Oh, nobody's going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you. Why are you feeling sorry for yourself? It's your fault. She lied to you and she got with your friend. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You did it. You did it. You did it to yourself. You cheated on you. You see, people are not going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Right? People stole from you. They lied to you. You gave them the floor to do so. Rule number 1, you should always watch your back. Rule number 2, you should never trust anyone. Point blank, period. You should always watch your back. The girl gave you red flags and you get into a relationship with her and then she hurt you. You ignored so many red flags and now you're upset. No, don't be upset. No, take it. Keep that same energy, the energy that you had in the beginning, keep it. Because you knew that, you know, she was from the streets. She was for the streets. You knew that she had a promiscuous behavior. She was cheeky. She was witty with it. She was all over the place. She had a lot of guy friends. And now you're out here complaining and crying and feeling sorry for yourself. It's your fault. Because a lot of guys see nice girls. Maybe they don't have the nails, bro. Maybe they don't have the hair, the eyelashes. By the way, there's a funny story about the eyelashes. A lot of people don't know, but I do a lot of research on useless stuff. You know, them big ass eyelashes, right? They used to be called, I don't know if I can say the word. I'm not going to say it because then, it's going to happen. But basically, the eyelashes were used by sex workers from back in the days, 1800 and whatnot, to obviously protect the eyes from what. Do you know what I mean? And everything, and this is how society's messed up today. Everything that used to be used on most things by sex workers that we used to like look down upon, everybody does it now openly, right? Going back to you, the guy listening right now that is feeling sorry for himself because his girl cheated on him. Oh, but I did everything for her and I never thought she would do that to me. Okay, fair enough. Genuinely, sometimes people pretend to be something that they're not, right? Not most people. Most people don't do that, but there are a large number of people that specifically they're out to get you. If you are one of those guys, you have my sympathy because it's tough. There were no signs and she behaved so nice, and then she changed and she flipped on you and she did something. Okay, so let me tell you this, and I hope you're listening. Pay attention. I can tell you with 100% certainty, she has had toxic behavior and inappropriate behavior throughout your relationship that you have overlooked. I'm going to repeat that again. Even the ones that you said, no, she was fine. She was not fine. She was not fine. Nobody just, becomes a different person next day. It takes time. Throughout your relationship, she has had something. She has done something. She made some comments. She had a certain type of behavior where you thought, oh yeah, she's just being young. Oh no, people make mistakes. And then at the end, what happened? You got burnt. The moment that you see a certain behavior, you have to talk to that person. And if it's in the beginning of the relationship, you need to nip it in the bud. But I can tell you now, even if you overlook that, the chances of the person doing that same behavior again is about 90%. Because for that person to behave like that with you, that person has done this before. And this is what a lot of guys don't understand. They think that the girls that cheated on him, they were the first ones. No, you were not. You were not the first one. Okay? Maybe she wasn't even committed. A woman that is not committed, she doesn't consider sleeping with somebody else cheating, because a woman will commit to a guy emotionally first, unlike we do. Do you know what I mean? We are the opposite. So if you've been a couple of years with somebody that cheated on you, that wasn't the first time. That was the first time you caught her, okay? And throughout the relationship, you had some red flags. If you think back, now that you're listening to me, you'll see that, yeah, there were some behavior that, you should have nipped it in the bud, but you did not. You overlooked it. And now you're complaining. Don't complain. One of the most important aspects of self-growth is being able to take accountability. Do a self-assessment first. The second is take accountability. If something happened that was out of your control, it's out of your control. But something happened that you didn't do anything about it, it's your fault. Don't worry about it. I've been in situations where things happen, people took advantage. I never thought that those people would have done that. They did it anyway. And guess what? I take full accountability. I should have been smarter. A lot of times people make excuses. Every time that you blame other people for your problems, you're giving them power over you. Let that sink in for a second. Every single time you blame other people for your problems, you're giving them power over you. Now, you cannot control what they do, but you can control what you do. And you can control how you react. How you react, not because you might feel in some type of way and just not react to it. And that requires self-mastery. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking to you guys. I've been in situations where I lost control. That's why I can tell you, right? Do as I say, don't do what I've done. To be honest, I've been in situations where I had, especially now, you know what I'm saying? I do everything I possibly can not to let people get me out of my character. I know who I am, and I know who I want to be, and I am that person 100% of the time. And once you're consistent, you'll see that doors start opening for you. And you start having what in the AA they call a moment of clarity. And then you start asking yourself, oh, damn, I mean, this was like this? I couldn't see it because you were right in the midst of a fog of war. You could not see anything. Everything was clouded because your mind was not clear. So assessment, self-assessment, very important. Ask yourself, who are you? What do you want? What are you willing to do to achieve your goals? Second thing you should do is definitely take accountability for anything that has happened to you in your life that is negative, that you know for a fact that you could have done something about it. In fact, you might even have been going through that, but you don't acknowledge, or you can't see that you could have done something. But then looking back, you'd be like, actually, yeah, there's a couple of things that I could have done better, right? And this is very, very important. Accountability is halfway to progression. If you're trying to progress as a human being, as an individual, as a person, accountability, taking responsibility and accountability for your life, for your mistakes, for your actions, is half of your progression. And the other half is you overcoming any type of setbacks to get to your goal. But if all you do is blame other people for your problems, oh yeah, she says something that really, ticks me, literally gets me out of my character. Okay, so number one, you already know she's going to do that because according to you, she says something that implies that she has done it before. So you're going to be falling over the same trap over and over again. Why? If she does it a couple of times and it gets you because you were having a bad day, fair enough. But if she does it on a regular basis and she still gets to get you out of character, to act like someone that you're not, it's your fault. You already know what she's going to say. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I know that certain people have the uncanny ability. Some women have the uncanny ability to say, and you always going to have like those specific people, and it's often people that you actually care about. They have the ability to say things to you because they know things about you to get you to behave out of character. I'm telling you now, these are the wrong people that should be in your life. You need to remove these toxic elements from your life. They will destroy you. Okay? They will completely destroy you, but only if you let them. Only if you let them. That's my point. Get the power back. The third thing you need to do for personal growth is make a list of all your flaws and master them. So self-assessment, accountability, acknowledgement of personal flaws. Whether you lie, whether you're insecure, whether you have trust issues, whether you procrastinate, whether you're lazy, whether you're a hater. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything that you might think is, maybe some of these might not even be a fact. It might just be a misunderstanding, but you have to put it on a piece of paper. And guys, I'm telling you now, everything that I'm saying, take notes. And everything that you're thinking, take notes. Once we put it in a physical world, it becomes a real thing. You look at it and you get to break it down. Have a day for you. Very important. Personal growth. Have a day for you. A day for you where you do what you want to do. It could be going to the gym. You plan your day however you want to. Also, one of the things that I've learned to do is to stop. A lot of people don't stop. You don't listen to your thoughts because you're always on the move. You're afraid of your thoughts. You're afraid to know yourself. You're afraid to maybe acknowledge that you're a failure. It's okay to fail. It's not okay to stay failed. It's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. If you're not down and you're not acknowledged that you're down, you can never be better. I'm telling you right now, 100% straight up in your face. If you're always afraid of like acknowledging that, you know, you have family problems, you have a toxic family. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you don't love your girlfriend doesn't love you. Your brothers are not as close as you think. Maybe your friends are haters. Maybe you are jealous of your own friends. Whatever the case may be, there's something in there that you have to acknowledge. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes self-mastery, and it takes acknowledgement. And you have to be humble enough to say, you know what? Maybe I'm not all that. But a lot of people are afraid to acknowledge that because society is so competitive right now. And to be honest, it's not just society. I think it's just us, right? You're on social media, right? Try to do this. And again, this podcast today is only for the boys. Make your social media private. Make your social media private. Be selective. I mean, to me, you shouldn't have any social media because I don't have any. Never had, never will. But if you have one, and that's a big part of your life, right? And obviously, I'm excluding people with businesses and like celebrities, things like that. But celebrities, they don't even manage their own account. I'm talking about regular folk like you and I, right? Make your social media private. Have a nice pic. In case a company tries to see and whatnot, make your social media private. Stop giving access to just everybody. Not just anybody that is in your life is a good thing. You have a lot of trash in there, bro. a lot of spams. You've got a lot of spams, bro. You have to be able to filter all these people. Make your social media private. Even girls that come through, do you know what I mean? You don't need to accept every girl just because you don't have any followers and this girl's trying to, ask you to. You don't know her intentions. Block, delete. Listen, the most gangster dude is the dude that turns down women. Not the one that gets the most women, is the one that gets to turn down women. You need to understand this. Turn them down. Turn them down. Be selective. Understand that you're the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. You carry the seed. You have the key to marriage. Self-growth is important because once you get to a level where you need to be with yourself, forget about everyone else. With yourself. Your finances are on point. You have your own pad. You know what I'm saying? You ride in your own car. Do you know what I mean? You got a little bit of savings. You know what I'm saying? You doing what you want to do. Then you'll have leverage and your mind will be clear. You're not going to be under somebody. You're not going to be, dependent of anyone, whether it's a family member, your parents, or even a partner. It's important as an individual all across the board. I don't believe in none of that. Women can be bumps too. Women also needs to take care of themselves and have money to pay their own bills. So I'm not I'm not into that. Oh yeah, men are bum, but a woman, is not a bum. No. Anyone that cannot sustain themselves, they're bums. So self-assessment, number one. Accountability, very, very, very important. Accountability is very important. Acknowledgement of your flaws. Acknowledge them. Okay? Lay down a plan for who you want to be. Choose your surroundings carefully. Filter the people in your life. Filter them. Remove yourself from toxic environment, from toxic people. Take care of yourself. Take care of your surroundings. Stop. Have a day just for yourself. Get off the phone. Blog. Make your social media private. Filter the people that coming in. Choose all the winners that you want to be around you, people that look up to you, right? And don't have any problems locking people out of your life if they're not good. Do you know what I mean? You have to be able to do a self-assessment. You have to be able to be self-sufficient. You have to. Nobody says that you need to ride a Beamer or a Benz. Nobody said that. You can have a regular car, good savings, a house that is just big enough for you. Do you know what I mean? And be fulfilled. You do the things that you want to do. You spend your time how you want to spend it. And you grow as an individual. Take care of your body, guys. This is number 5. Take care of your body. The body is very much connected to the mind. Without the body, there is no mind. Your body has to be on point. Especially if you are an insecure person, make sure that you hit the gym. Listen, hitting the gym doesn't have anything to do with having enough strength to beat somebody up or, getting muscles. Just to get your body going. Just get the machine going, right? You will detox. You will sweat all the impurities, all the toxicity, all the bad things that all these people are around you talking bad about you all the time because you allow them to do it, by the way, because you keep getting these people's access to your life. And I'm going to tell you honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you things that people don't tell you. I told you a lot of things that is happening to you right now, it's your fault. You don't accept it, that's fine, but it's your fault. Because if you think about it, if you really had to make a change right now, what would that be? It doesn't matter if you can do it or not. If you had to make a change right now, what would that be? That means that it's your fault. Because you can do something. You just don't do it. Right? Hitting the gym, whether it's the gym or some type of sports, it's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Another thing, meditate. Listen to motivational speakers. Watch videos that will motivate you to do the things that you want to do. Let's say that you're into music. Follow producers. I'm not saying follow the big producers. Follow guys on YouTube that trying to make it also. Learn from them. Share with them. Do you know what I mean? Network. You'll see that you're not the only one. Right? And if you are truly crafted, and if you are consistent, and you have resolve, you will be able to achieve it. Personal growth is the most important thing in a relationship, because if you are not good enough for you, you cannot be good enough for nobody else, man. And you need to understand that. Make a self-assessment. Take accountability for your actions. Acknowledgement of your potential and your flaws. Lay down a plan. Be able to spend time with yourself at least once a week. And learn to stop. Sometimes all you got to do, just stop. Just stop. Don't say anything. Don't talk to anyone. Just stop. Just sit down and just think about nothing. If you can be in a silent place, even better. Be in a comfortable place, just stop. Whether it's in your car, it doesn't matter where it is. As long as you get to have peace, so you can stop. Bring your breathing down and your heart rate down. All the way down. Everybody's born. Even if you're born as a twin, you come one kid at a time. Everybody is born into this world without knowing who we are, where we're from, where we come from, and nobody chose to be here. But everything else that happens in our lives from a certain age is 100% or 90% our fault. We make these decisions. Don't get distracted by girls. Don't get distracted by haters. Don't get distracted by family members that hate you, family members that feel insecure about you. Don't get distracted by the things that happen in life on a regular basis. Focus on you. Focus on success. Invest in you. All these people paying for OnlyFans, paying for feet pics, my God, paying for dirty panties, paying for all this. These are all individuals that will damage society in the long run, and they're doing it. Don't be one of these guys. And if you were, or if you are, it's time for you to stop. How much money did you spend on things that really brought you no growth as an individual? How much money? I mean, if you're fat, you can invest in a good diet and a good PT, a good personal trainer, right? What is it? Your skin is bad? You can invest on skin products. Your hair is bad? You can invest on hair products. It's better than investing on a total stranger, that is a total degenerate that's doing things that don't even make any sense, just because you want to feel good at that particular moment. That's just a little bit. It's going to make you feel good just a little bit, and then it's going to go away and you're going to feel miserable again. So why not invest in yourself altogether? Why not invest your time and your money in yourself as an individual for personal growth? Stop. Read a book. Find something that you like. Read. Or if you don't like to read, listen to audiobooks. Do research about the things that you like. Invest in yourself. How can I be a better person? If you have psychological issues, or you feel like you have things that about traits of your personality that you think hinder your success, find a therapist. It is infinitely better to invest in a therapist, a certified therapist, than in any OnlyFans, any sex worker ever. Point blank, period. All the money that you're investing, invest in yourself, invest in your wardrobe, invest in your skincare, invest in your body, get a PT, buy good supplements, invest in a nutritionist. And you'll see, once you are good enough for you, other people, that will transpire. It will literally, it's just like, we're all energy form. When you get like somebody depressed that comes around you, and somebody died or something like that, and they sharing that with this somebody that you care about, and like for a while, you get that negative lingering sensation on you. But if you get around somebody that is hype, super happy, they can, hey, what's going on, bro? Everything's fine. And then like for a while, you get that energy. Damn, like that was good. You can be that guy. But if all you do is like finish work and miserable work that you hate, but you don't believe enough in yourself to go out and get a better job, right? And then you go home and get in front of your computer and you spend your money on sex, bro. Like, yo, you need help, man. That is degrading. You're not just destroying your life or hindering your success, but also these people doing that because they think that that's the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do, and they only do it because you're there. I don't even blame them. They only do it because there's people paying them to do some stupid shit. Invest in yourself. You as a man, I'm telling you 100%, you need to get your finances right. You need to be able to afford the things that you have. You need to be hitting the gym. You need to have a hobby. You need to surround yourself with winners, not losers, winners. It's okay to help a friend if he's down, but you need to help a friend in a way that your friend gets out of that zone and lift them up, especially if it's your best friend, right? And, avoid gossiping, avoid, toxic behavior, avoid talking about other people's life. Stop prying. Make your social media private if you need to have a social media. Filter the people that come in your life. Turn girls down. There's nothing more gangster than a man turning a woman down. That is gangster. You don't need to accept just because you're insecure about yourself. Oh, hold on a second. You're insecure. There's something else that you need to invest your time in to be more secure. So what is it that makes you insecure? Gentlemen, I'm not going to go any further about this. I gave you all the keys that you need to be better, right? I'm going to leave you, for those who know me, know that I am a stoic, and I'm going to leave you with a quote. I always leave people with quotes, my videos. I'm going to leave you with a quote of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a stoic and also an emperor from Rome. And I quote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love." It has been emotional. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Mr. Bright. Stay safe.